Another day, another plane. Come with us to
Guwahati
in
Assam
and then beautiful
Meghalaya.
Daddy, there's another forest. Hey, there's another forest.
It's all a forest.
Hey, this whole place is forest. Hey, this whole place is forest. Hey, this whole... There's stuff on the outside.
Those are from
Mango tree, mangoes, papaya, and then there's coconut.
Yeah, I know that
There,
coconut.
more coconut.
I know coconut.
There, more papaya,
there's
more
banana.
mangoes. Or banana?
Banana.
Oh, banana.
And there's even a
Banana.
cat on the...
Flight landed, very pleasantly surprised with our hotel, even though it's in like a much smaller city than New Delhi. It seems very like rural, very nice and peaceful, and like lots of foliage, you know. But the hotel is very nice, especially for being in a small place. We're surprised and happy. But this is our room. Hey, Nessa. This is our view. It's an amazing view. That's our view. This is our bathroom. Very pretty and nice and clean. Clean toilet, clean shower.
Clean everything.
Clean everything. Happy, Nessa?
Yeah,
Good. I'm out here on the balcony, and I'm just gonna run down a little bit of our plan for while we're here in Guwahati. Now that we arrived, we got our hotel. We're going to get some food and then head to the temple. It's some big temple, I don't know exactly. I'll check in with you all a little bit later to let you know more about it. It's pretty close to the hotel, so we're gonna go to that after we eat tonight. And then we're gonna take a nice long day of rest because we still haven't caught up from our jet lag from landing in India. And then I think that's it. I think we're here today and tomorrow. Then the next day we check out and fly to Meghalaya. I'm so excited. I don't know if you guys could tell. If you guys could tell, I'm like stumbling over my words. I'm really stoked to be in India. This time is a lot better for me than last time we came, because last time we arrived during a wedding, a family wedding, actually Anila's brother's wedding, and we arrived right before it, and it was my first time in India, so we were super slam-packed busy, tons of relatives we were meeting constantly. I couldn't talk to almost anybody, and I was just so overwhelmed. I was not prepared for it last time, but this time I am. And yeah, so anyways, that's what we're doing here in Guwahati. And I'm gonna check in with y'all later once I know a little more about the temple. Usually you can't film in temples. I'll film the outside of it and I'll let you know a little bit about it. If we can film in it, then I'll get some footage just to show you what a Hindu temple in India is like. But yeah, I'll check in with y'all in a little bit. Leading into the Kamakya temple, the city road narrows and foot traffic increases, as is the case with many larger temples in India. Here's a story revolving around this very temple. The goddess Kamakya played a pivotal role in Lord Krishna's slaying of the demon Narakasura, who was once a great king who proposed marriage to the goddess Kamakya. She set a condition to her acceptance of the proposal and then played a trick on him in order to thwart his efforts to meet the condition. He was to build a staircase from the bottom of Nilashal Hill to this very temple we are visiting, and he were to do so in one night. When she learned he was getting close, she made a rooster crow to sound as if it were morning, and he gave up before completing the task because he thought he had failed. When he found out about the trick, he became enraged and brought all the heavens and earth under his control. Additionally, he captured 16,000 women as sex prisoners to satiate his lust. All the devas, or Hindu deities, went to Indra, king of heaven and gods, to deliver them from Narakasura. Indra promised to do so when he would incarnate as Krishna. He incarnated as Krishna after a long rule by Narakasura, and he followed through with his promise and slayed the armies of Narakasura and eventually slayed the demon himself, thanks directly to the Maya of Kamakya standing next to Lord Krishna, a distraction by the goddess, allowing Krishna to slay the demon with his discus. This victory against the demon is now celebrated on the day before Diwali, and is the reason for the fireworks, as the demon requested a boon from his mother, asking for his death to be celebrated with light. This allowance shows the nobility and ever-forgiving nature of Lord Krishna. The victory translates into freedom from sexual slavery, and the unfinished stairway can still be found today, known as Mekhalauja Path. Built in the 8th or 9th century, the temple is still an important Hindu pilgrimage today. It is one of the oldest and most revered centers of tantric or ritualistic practices. There is still animal sacrifice done here daily, where people bring animals to be slaughtered in the name of the gods and goddesses. Disturbing images for animal lovers coming up after this sentiment, but I will warn you when to skip forward to safely miss images of goats on their way to sacrifice. This particular goat you see here is not covered in blood. That is in fact a plant product that Hindus put on their foreheads whenever they go to temple and in other ceremonial situations. However, it is there to be sacrificed, and currently the owner of this goat is praying in the temple. Though most people offer flowers, some still do offer animals, hoping to please the deities in their favor, and though I hated to see it, it is an old tradition and people do all kinds of stuff for personal gain. On a side note, I would consider eating meat nowadays, especially excessively, to be similar, considering we have alternate options for most people, so I wasn't completely moved as I see people eat meat daily and I know it happens. But I can understand the disturbance many might feel. On a good note, the animals are treated extra special throughout their life since they are to be offered to the most important of deities, which is better than is to be said for much of the meat industry abroad. Anyways, skip now to the 9-minute mark to avoid images of baby goats being brought to slaughter. The actual slaughter is not actually included in the video, it's only them headed to slaughter, but I did want to warn you in case that would be disturbing for you. As you can see, the goats seem to know where they're headed, and to me that was the saddest part. This is all the footage I got, but this is a daily occurrence around the world. These bells, it is said that if you hear them ring while you're praying, then your wish will come true. So people ring them outside of the temple, hoping to help other people's wishes come true. Alright, so overnight it rained about 5 different times, like off and on, and hard rain, and with some thunder and lightning. So I looked up, I was like, I wonder if it rains here a lot. Like, we weren't sure because, you know, Meghalaya is the rainiest place in the world. So we weren't sure exactly like if Assam is also raining a lot, but yes, I looked up the weather. I'll show that on the screen. I screen recorded it. It's supposed to rain every single day for the next 10 days with lightning. So it's interesting. I guess that's why there's a lot of bananas growing and other water wanting fruits, mangoes, yeah. So
Papaya and coconuts.
papaya and coconuts, yeah. But yeah, it's raining cats and dogs out there. But it's cool. It feels very nice. Way cooler than New Delhi. New Delhi was 115 degrees while we were there. Fahrenheit, obviously. But here it's been like a steady 70 to 85 degrees. So it feels very nice, especially like driving around in the taxi. We don't have to turn on the AC every time. And we're not worried about Nesa having a heat stroke every time we're outside. So. If you want to see the rest of our videos from India, as well as future vlog content, make sure you
Subscribe to this channel.
subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications to all.
Yeah.
Now you can see us on our way to another temple. Though India is full of Hindu temples and other religious places of worship, Guwahati particularly is known as the City of Temples. And I'm not sure if the reason for that is because there are a lot of temples in Guwahati, or if the temples that are there are extremely important to Hinduism. But nonetheless, it is the City of Temples. So we ended up going to 2 and during our day there, and that's pretty much all we did. Though we did end up going to see Assam Tea farm a little bit later in this video, so stick around for that.
If you can reach. Yeah. Yeah, that's where you put it. Put it with right hand, both of them. Did you make a wish?
Here, going to a temple on a whim is a regular occurrence. But now we're on our way to a farm that produces Assam tea. What you see here is the humongous Haziranga Wildlife Preserve that we saw on our way to the tea farm. And here is the tea farm. Favorite color, tree. We didn't end up getting to tour this farm, nor did they have retail products. But in our next video in Meghalaya, we did find a government tea farm, an organic one, which we did get to walk around in and get video and buy some tea from. Okay, they wouldn't let us into their packaging factory and they don't sell tea here, unfortunately, but we did get to see the farm. And an interesting feature I noticed is all the trees. So let me show, the tea is these plants on the ground, those. And all the trees above, I'm pretty positive, almost 100% that those are there to shade the plants, because I know a lot of types of herbs, at least, though this is not herbal tea, but I'm pretty sure tea leaves like to grow in shade. if they don't have a lot of shade, they can bolt early and get bitter. So I think that's why they have all these trees. Pretty interesting. I wish we could have gone in and actually like talked to someone that works here and bought some tea, but it is what it is. Understood. They had a big manufacturing packaging plant, so I'm sure they don't want people in there, A, seeing their secrets, B, because it's probably dangerous. Oh well. And there is the starts here in the mountains of Assam. Assamese tea comes from here, Assam Tea. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that thumbs up button. It really helps, and share the video with someone else you think who might enjoy it. See you in Meghalaya.